What is up, YouTube? If it wasn't already obvious, you can tell that I love playing video games, and I love playing games of many types. But today we're going to be talking about a game that is well known, well respected, and has a huge fandom, self included. So today, let's talk about Raid Shadow Legends. Thank you to Raid Shadow Legends for sponsoring this video. Raid is a free-to-play friendly game that you can play on either mobile or PC. Either way, you're gonna get amazing graphics, over 800 champions that you can choose to play from, on top of new champions and updates that come out every single month. So there's always something new no matter how long you've been playing. This means lots of combat, strategy, and endgame content. I know a lot of people on my channel are always looking for endgame content when it comes to games, and Raid is that game if you're looking for such. This really is a long haul game. I've seen people playing this for years, and whether you're more of a casual or grindy player, either way is totally fine. Raid is friendly to both. Like I said, Raid has a wide fan base with over 80 million downloads to date, and it's still going up. So why? Well, because of all its features. The game has elements of a wide variety. Whether you're a fan of FPS, MMO, or gacha games, or even other genres, there's something of everything in Raid Shadow Legends. As you can tell in my room, you can tell which types of games I like. That's okay, Raid fits right in. Raid is also very friendly to newer players, so you don't have to worry about starting the game now and never being able to catch up. That's not true at all. If you install the game using my link or QR code mentioned in this video, you'll get even more bonuses when you reach level 15. On top of that, we also have codes that we're going to be giving out throughout this video for existing Raid users. So if it's been a while since you've played Raid, this might be a sign to hop back in. You guys aren't left behind, I promise. Even though I've been playing Raid Shadow Legends for a while, I still consider myself a rookie compared to some players. I mean, this game has been out since 2018, so there's a lot that I still don't know about it. So out of a curiosity to learn more, I decided to call in a Sherpa. He's an expert at Raid and has an entire channel dedicated to best strategizing your gameplay when it comes to Raid. Shout out to Deadwood Jedi. Check out his channel here. So with that being said, here is my interview with our expert and how he helped me to be better at the game, essentially. Hello.
Hello, how you doing?
So how long have you been playing Raid Shadow Legends?
I've been playing Raid for about 4 years or so now.
So
I've been doing content for about three and a half.
So I'm gonna consider you a veteran. I don't know if you agree with that or not.
I would say I'm pretty veteran at this game. Yeah, I know a thing or two about a thing or two.
I think one thing that I've always loved about Raid is how generous they are to their fan base, old and new. Especially with all these like codes that are available, whether you are just coming into the game or whether you have already been here. For example, when I started playing, I actually got Rhonda from a code and she took me really far in the campaign. She alone.
She's good.
Yeah, she is. I was able to get, how far was I? Actually, even just by herself, because she could solo. I got her all the way to 12. That says something, but of course it's not just based on her herself. It's how you build her.
But this is the great part about the game is there's so much, variety with the champions, variety with the gear. It allows for a ton of customization and personalization as far as how you use your champions. And you're right. You got some great champions like Rhonda can be used in a multitude of different ways. And the way you gear her is really going to kind of indicate how you're going to want to go around building her, right? So that's a great champion to start with. I remember I did a free to play with her and did a lot of the game doing that last year.
Nice.
And there's always new champions coming in, over 800 in the game, so there's always something new. I think there's a daily login champ right now. Honestly, I've been playing this game for 4 years. I still am surprised every once in a while there's a character I'm like, wait, who's this guy, what does he do? It's hard to remember them all.
Yeah,
there's so many available for you. You don't have to spend money to have a great time and to do all the content because there's so many champions that are available that you can do a lot with, so it's really good in that sense.
I have noticed, and I've seen from people that are completely free to play in Raid Shadow Legends, that you really don't have to spend money if you don't want to, and I'm happy about that because unfortunately, I know that there are other types of games where you feel like you have to basically take the wallet out or else you're gonna get like power crept. And that's not fun.
I mean, with any gacha game, there is always that element to it, right? But what's great about Raid is, over the years, they've really added a lot of elements where there's a lot of stuff that doesn't require resources that you can do every day, whether that's Doom Tower or that's the Cursed City of Centrano's the newest piece of content they've added to this game. Both of those have like 100 different levels that you can do, right? So, and they change every month as
Oh,
well.
it's
The
good.
faction wars that give you a lot of good resources as well. So there's tons of stuff to do in the game that you don't have to spend a dime to be able to play and really enjoy.
So there's a couple characters that I'm actually currently looking into building, a couple of the champions. I'm looking into Lightsworn. Right now, I kind of have a mix. How
Yeah.
would you suggest building a character like Lightsworn? Defense and whatnot.
First off, Lightsworn's a great character, so it's a really good champion to have on your team. There's, everyone you have, every time you get a champion, you first want to look at the skills. You want to understand what is this champion good for, and there's going to be a couple things you're going to want to look at. So if you click on that skills tab, you can go through and you can see that the A1 has the first skill, I should say. We always call them A1, 2, and 3,
Nice.
right? The attack skills.
Okay.
But the first skill has like a decreased turn meter effect that right there, right?
Oh, no.
That's really good. But whenever you're affecting the enemy, that means you need accuracy to be able to utilize that. So you're going to want to build accuracy on them. The A2 ability has a decreased attack, which is a massively important debuff to help you survive, as well as decreased speed, also massively important. So, that also is going to take accuracy for you. So again, we know we need to have that. And then the A3 has an increased defense as well as a revive on death ability. And that is super nice to be able to have on your team. As soon as you die, you pop right back up if you have that buff on you. So he can be a really good way to support your team and keep them alive. So that tells me that I need accuracy, that I need to make sure he's survivable enough to be able so he doesn't die, right? So we're
Right.
talking about building him with HP and
Yep.
defense. And then also if you look at his skills like his A1 or his A2, you'll see that it shows the kind of the damage is based on, and it says defense right there. So we know we want to maximize defense. So when I'm building him, I want to do pretty much that. I want to build as much defense as possible. And then I probably want to build as much speed as I can as well. The speed's kind
Gotcha.
of like a no-brainer thing. And then I want to
Oh,
make
yeah.
sure I have enough accuracy to land the debuff. So those are the three things I'm looking for. And you've already got a good start because you have you have three defense pieces on him. So you have a defensive set already on Lightsworn if you look at the artifacts there. And we just want to make sure that the stats within the skills match up. So attack, HP, and defense for those top three pieces those are the things they're going to be. You can't change
Gotcha.
that. But the bottom three, defense percentage, that's great. Absolutely what you want. Hopefully we have the same thing on our chest piece right there. Defense
All
percentage,
right,
exactly.
defense.
And it has
Hey.
and it's got accuracy as a substat. Like you really do know what you're doing here. And then
Nice.
the boots, we want either defense. HP's not bad,
Okay.
right? We want them to survive. But what I usually like to do on the boots is put on speed. So either speed, HP, defense, any of those should really work for you, but preferably speed. And you already have one speed set. So if we could actually find speed set boots, that would even be better because then we get an extra little boost from having that set together, right? So
Let's see.
that would be how I would suggest, adding that on there. And if we really want to get, to the next level, we would take and put maybe like an accuracy set for the weapon and the helmet there, and then you have everything. You have
Gotcha.
your defense, you have your speed, and your accuracy. But that's how I build my Lightsworn, and he really is a really good champion in this game. Really advantageous to have on your account.
Yeah, absolutely. So, okay, this is good to know. I wonder if I actually have any.
Oh,
I have,
look at that!
Nice.
Yes.
All right, there we go.
Perfect set right there.
We got it. Wonder for here. Let me see. So, which set was best for this one again? It was the
Maybe accuracy. I think you want to go down just a little bit.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Right now, I think, yeah, put on that weapon, put on that helmet, and I think you're in pretty good shape there. You might be a little bit weaker right now, but you're gonna have a lot more accuracy, so you'll land your debuffs. And then as soon as you level these pieces up, you're gonna be in really good shape.
Okay, I like it. All right, so if you want to build Lightsworn, you actually might just have a chance to.
You guys can use her tracking link. I think it's down in the description, right? And then you guys can start off your account with a Lightsworn as well as 100,000 silver, which is pretty awesome. That's not a bad way to start your account.
Yeah, not bad at all. And it's not just the silver. It's actually also 50 gems. So 50 gems, energy refill, and you get some 2-skill tome epic, XP boost one day. And yeah, so it's a lot of things that you can be able to start off with.
Yeah, you'll actually get another champion too eventually. I think you'll also get Juliana as well.
Yes, Juliana, who's
Yeah,
also an option.
once you hit level 15.
Yes.
pretty great. She's another amazing champion to start your account with. It's kind of a perfect combo right there, really.
So if you use my code to download Raid Shadow Legends, you actually get a lot of things from downloading the code, but also you get to choose from 3 amazing champions. So you can either go Raid for Kellan, Raid for Mord, or Iloveraid. Raid for Kellan will give you Kellan the Shrike. Raid for Mord will give you Mordecai, and Iloveraid will give you Preserver.
Preserver is maybe not so great, but she's really good for getting other good champions. 'Cause we have some
Nice.
standard fusions that are always available. But the other 2 are really, really good additions as well. Kellan the Strike does a really good job of keeping the enemy locked down with turn meter manipulation, decreased speed. And Mordecai is one of the only epic champions with an AoE HP burn, which is a really powerful debuff for certain
Ooh.
bosses. Like like absolutely destroys the spider boss. He's just insanely good for that. He's also really good for Hydra, which is one of the big clan bosses in this game. I said raid for Mord, raid for Mord, raid for Kellan, one of those 2. It's really good.
And of course, a part of Raid Shadow Legends is being able to make your own clan. As you can see, my clan's a little lonely. So it would be awesome if you used my link to download Raid Shadow Legends. And as soon as you are level 13, you'll be able to join my clan and help me on the conquest.
You know, the best rewards in this game come from clan boss. So really important to do that.
Of course, an easy thing about promo codes is that you can actually be able to redeem them pretty easily. There's a whole section where you can just go to your promo codes. And of course, I already used mine, so I had to take advantage. Anytime you want to use any of those codes or any other codes that you might find for Raid, click these 3 bars and then you'll see promo code tag. So I have one more question. And this question is, what do you suggest when it comes to anybody who's starting Raid Shadow Legends? Like, if you have any tips, like what's the biggest tip?
The biggest tip, come to my channel.
Yeah.
Watch me. Obviously, that's the number 1 tip to get the best information.
Let's go. Yes.
No, but I think on a more practical level, as you're asking, what do you want to do? The very first thing you want to do, get your starter champion. It's such a good champion to have, honestly, and it's such a good baseline to start from, and just start plowing through the campaign. You've got missions, you've got challenges. Use those as touchstones and things to do as you're going through. But basically, the biggest thing, the campaign, just keep progressing through the campaign. Go as far as you can. Once you've beaten brutal campaign, then you know you're at a spot where you can really start branching out.
Thank you for your guidance. It's definitely helped me, and it's definitely gonna make me
Absolutely.
make my champions better. So this is good to know because I have a lot, so many, and so little time. But
Well,
that's
hey,
okay.
I mean, in a real sense, if you actually play the game like on your own and you have questions, feel free to hit me up. I'm always, you know, I don't mind
Okay.
giving a little bit of advice. It's not a big deal for me. You
Oh
have some
heck
really
yeah.
good champions too. Maneater is pretty clutch. We just started a free to play series like 2 weeks ago. So I'm been
Yeah.
working on. I just pulled a Maneater. I'm like, oh, this is game changing champion. So yeah,
Oh,
it's been pretty
all
fun.
right.
Yeah.
All right, I'll have to check it out. I have to check it out for sure. So, those are just a couple of things that you can do in Raid Shadow Legends. I'm grateful for my Sherpa because I can use some of those tips that he told me to good use, especially on good old Rhonda, but also on other champions so I can have a good, consistent team. And I hope to see you playing Raid Shadow Legends as well. If you'd like to download Raid Shadow Legends, don't forget to use my link or the QR code in the video. And don't forget, there's a lot of codes. You can use the codes in the description. See you next time. Bye, YouTube!